They call it sexting. Teenagers using cell phones to send nude or semi-nude pictures to a girlfriend or boyfriend.
The consequences of their actions, because they do not have the benefit of life
had
experience.
left her alone while he went inside. She freed her hands, dialed 911 on her cell phone.
One way to stay connected with your school-aged child is with a special cell phone designed just for kids.
It's a new practice among teens that's come to be known as sexting.
In the classroom. And how about a little good old-fashioned parenting? Okay, this begins at home, and there are devices that parents can use like
More than anything else, I'm struck by the insidious nature of the propagation of this material.
These pornographers are trying to divide off human sexuality, human sexual experience from love and marriage and offer it for sale.
It encourages very young children to sexualize and eroticize their lives at a time when emotionally and intellectually they're just not able to handle it.
They are especially targeting our children and young people.
The $12 billion porn industry knows its market well. Their largest group of online consumers are kids ages 12 through 17. Pornographers understand new technology and are using it to their advantage. By using web page meta tagging with words like Santa Claus, Disneyland, and Teletubbies, they work to lure innocent children to their illicit websites.
I think that parents need to understand that their kids are being deliberately targeted.
And the technology, which is wonderful technology, when used for the benefit of the family. However, in the society in today, others who don't value or have the same concerns that we have access to our children through the cell phone.
In many cases, I don't think parents are even aware of what their children are texting or what they're really doing on their devices.
They need to understand that their children are not in a cocoon. Bad things can happen to their child, and it can happen in small communities as well as the large cities.
For all their benefits in connecting people, the endless blogging, Facebooking, and Twittering lend themselves to continuous and sometimes thoughtless self-expression. It seems only natural for some teens to take it to the next level, and what could possibly be more attention-grabbing than sex. Technology can still be confusing for parents. The Religious Alliance Against Pornography has prepared the Sex and Cell Phones booklet to help them understand the dangers. The Parental Controls Chart offers valuable information about each carrier's key blocking features. For example, did you know that the default settings for a new phone do not block access to pornography? You must specifically change the default controls to enable the blocking features. Did you know that some wireless carriers charge extra for these blocks? Do you know how to access and change these settings for your child's device? Find answers to these important questions in the Sex and Cell Phones booklet.
It seems to me that parents are increasingly relinquishing parental responsibility to others, sometimes to the church, to the school, to athletic directors, clubs, organizations.
We can't afford to leave it to any institution that just comes alongside families. And we certainly can't afford to leave it to the cell phone providers, although they have a moral responsibility. It's got to be the family.
Parents need to take that responsibility back and make sure their children are safe.
Your child already has peers that are looking at pornography on wireless devices. Those peers are being influenced by what they see, and they will talk about it with others, including your children. Have you discussed this issue with them? The Sex and Cell Phones booklet offers a detailed outline for discussing this topic with your child, called the Safe Use Agreement. This tool will help you thoroughly address every issue that places your son or daughter at risk. Before you sign a cell phone contract, make sure your child signs the Safe Use Agreement.
Parents are on the front lines, and without their involvement, their children are defenseless.
Parents are the first line of defense for their children. And right now they are outgunned in this battle against pornography. Often they do not know as much about the new media as their children do. And they don't realize that the pornographers are targeting their children.
We need to sense how this new technology is radically changing the ways by which pornography is being transmitted.
As a technologist and a father of 2 young children, I want to make sure that all the great strides that we've made over the years in technology are not turned into the perfect delivery system for pornography.
Pornography, like every other sickness, like every other virus, molds and mutates as it finds a new host. It has already successfully infused itself into the wireless technology that young people use every day. But what will this new infusion of porn and technology produce? Porn will go interactive. Research indicates that 39% of girls have sent lurid texts and emails, and 1 in 5 girls have sent nude or semi-nude pictures or videos of themselves.
Parents need to open their eyes, their ears, and their minds to the realities and be alert to the dangers.
Without question, our kids will be exposed again and again.
I have seen an adult and youth population that does not realize the consequences of pornography.
Parents need to re-engage with their children at every level, and particularly at the level of what they're reading, watching, seeing, listening to. They need to ask questions.
Watch what they're watching, listen to what they're listening to, and help them understand the dangers.
If we don't attack pornography now on all the technological advances that are happening, our kids are going to have a distorted view of what it really means to be a person.
Find out what kind of friends their kids have, where they're spending their time, how they're spending their idle time. When they're locked away in their room, find out what they're doing. Parents need to re-engage.
Parents, it's our responsibility. Nobody can, will, or should care more for the welfare and protection and education of your children than you. It is up to us.
We need to be vigilant. We need to be proactive. And we need to take a stand together to protect our family, our children, and our community.
For over 25 years, R.A.A.P has been working behind the scenes in the highest levels of government and across faith communities to impact our sexualized culture. In spite of our differences, we stand together with a unified voice. Take responsibility. Protect your children. Contact us to order copies of the Sex and Cell Phones booklet. Inform yourself and be part of the solution.